Hi there, my name is Jennifer Johnson, and this is my self-explanatory video submission for my candidacy review presentation. I hold a bachelor's in marketing and communications from Boston College, where I graduated in 2013, and I'm very excited to be nearing the finish line of my master's in design management. Over the course of my program experience and shared moments of learning with peers, my definition of design management has continued to develop and evolve. Today, after the trials and tribulations of my final project proposal, in addition to the many eye-opening projects I've encountered throughout my coursework, I would define design management as the utilization of opportunistic design resources and thinking in conjunction with business development in order to influence organizational innovation. Throughout the past 2 years, I feel lucky to have had the opportunity to work alongside so many talented design managers in training, as I've been calling myself. By working with peers on group projects or reading their feedback on submissions to discussion postings, I have learned a tremendous amount about the role design management plays on such a large scale. I first became incredibly aware of the great opportunity design management has to impact our society during a project in the Human Factor and Design Thinking course. At the very base, this project tasked my group with redesigning a simple everyday chore to maximize efficiency. My takeaway from this project went far beyond the daily chores that we were trying to make more efficient. I realized how differently I was beginning to view things happening around me. With each step of the project, I found myself becoming more and more aware of inefficiencies in our society, and I was looking at things almost instinctually with a curiosity about how it could be made better or more beneficial to typical users. Suddenly, I was viewing the world around me with a much closer eye and a much different lens than I had before. The project slides you have been looking at previously show various steps to the redesign of the vacuum cleaner. While I definitely learned how inefficient some vacuums can be, the most important lesson I took from this course was the great potential that the community of design manager has on not just our immediate society and culture, but the world as a whole. Slowly but surely, the more we can teach others through design management methods to view the world the way we have begun to do so, the more opportunity there is for our community as a whole to seek innovation and elevate the creativity in our lives. Take, for example, the image you see now. Very simply, this visually shows an individual whose interests and activities are varied. The design management program has given me the tools necessary. In this instance, the AEIOU structure was used to look for opportunities and innovate and improve in areas where there is a direct need. With this project, you see, I focused on individuals who travel for work, much like myself, and I determined what they might need. Albeit, whilst traveling, there is a need for easy gym access. With this information, I was able to create the concept of an app that would allow gym seekers to find and locate the type of establishment they desire to work out in while in a new and unfamiliar city. With each passing class, my curiosity about design management and its impacts on our world as a whole became greater. The next project you see was one of the most eye-opening for me, as I was finally able to utilize the tools that I had acquired, such as the ZAG analysis and the SWOT analysis, and apply them to a real-life research project, studying real-time demographic of people. The group dynamic for this project was a bit different. Typically, I worked with 1 to 3 individuals, but for this project we had 5. Not only did I learn how to collaborate and disseminate information amongst a larger group of people, but most importantly, I learned very quickly the importance of managing expectations, both in group study and with research participants I was interviewing and observing. The population of individuals or cultural environment that we focused on was farmers markets. This project pushed me to think outside the box and apply theories from the other classes I had taken in order to A, understand where my teammates were coming from in the delivery of their observations, and B, in order to appropriately interact with individuals so as to gain the information I needed. I felt as though almost every other course I had taken prior to this one was a stepping stone. With each class, I felt I was building a foundation of understanding as well as a toolkit. When this project came along, I finally felt completely prepared to attack this head-on with the tools that I had gained. Being able to apply the concept of a working wall to a long-term project with multiple individuals was truly exciting. It was a tool we had been developing in much smaller formats in past classes, but collecting information, analyzing and searching for patterns across the research of multiple individuals was so enlightening. It taught me and my team how important it is to truly take the time to apply the skills we have learned to our own practice. Utilizing the working wall, we were able to draw patterns and similarities between certain aspects of our study, as well as weaknesses and opportunities for growth. This next project had quite possibly the most influence on my understanding of what design management means and how it can assist various industries that don't fall under the umbrella of creatives. My coursework in 732, specific to this project, had an influence on me, so much so that it served as the inspiration to my current project proposal. I was able to see firsthand how much of an impact creative and innovative thinking has on someone who might feel as though they have hit a wall. In this project, we took a business or organization with a known problem who was struggling to find a solution. The organization I selected to work with, an animal rescue group, allowed me to take away a very important lesson. This lesson not only impacts me today as I'm working on my final project proposal, but I believe it is something that can greatly impact the field of design management. The takeaway was simple but poignant. Design management has great power to influence change in so many facets of today's society. However, the only way that we will be able to do this is through the passing of knowledge. They say knowledge equals power, and I truly believe that. I have taken it on as my mission to make sure that I can pass on at least some understanding as well as some of the most useful tools of design management to as many people as possible. In this project, I was able to help through group exercises and an ethnographic study 4 rigid thinkers who did not have the flair for creativity to have the opportunity to look at their problem from a perspective that allowed them to discover potential opportunities through visual activities. The experience of guiding someone through visual storytelling activities and other design management focused workshop techniques, like illustrating their problems without using words or doing an SWOT analysis, allowed the individuals the opportunity to have a light bulb moment. Watching them have this light bulb moment is something I'll never forget, and I hope to influence this change on many others in the future. I have taken this experience and it has inspired my current final project proposal and has also helped me decide how I want to make my mark on the field of design management. I hope, with the successful completion of this program and hopefully evidence of success with my final project, my goal is to help others in rigid and structured environments to see the benefit of design management methods and teach them to be able to utilize the tools I have gained personally in their work to drive innovative ideas and creative thinking. I firmly believe that it is our job as design managers in training, and someday design managers, one would hope, to spread the wealth of knowledge we have so gratefully received throughout this program in order to spark innovation on a much larger scale than that of the creative world. I can say with certainty that while I don't have developed videography skills, I know that I'm prepared to take what I have learned throughout the stepping stones of coursework in this program and share it with as many people coming from as many different types of cognitive learning styles and professional backgrounds as possible.